Welcome to Apocalypse, Mr. Manheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Welcome back to Darkseid's Couch, and this week we're reading The Brave and the Bold, starring Green Arrow, the Butcher, the Question, the Baker, the Candlestick Maker, his bride, that person that she was cheating on her husband with, possibly your neighbor Ted, and your mom, but when she was really young. I'm Shée.
This is James.
This is Mike.
Is that Dallas? What is that? Is it Twin Peaks? What are we doing?
I just listed random shit.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you say that because, and we'll get into explaining all this stuff later, or maybe we won't. We may not be able to. This character, the Butcher, they actually did the Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker thing because, like, his supporting crew in his short-lived solo run, he included a butcher and someone who worked or a baker and someone who worked with wax, and so they made a point of making the Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker joke.
That's some lazy thinking, DC
I had
Comics.
wanted to throw in, there's a movie that has a similar title.
Yeah.
With Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Tinker Tailor.
No, not
Tailor
Tinker
Soldier
Tailor
Spy?
Soldier Spy, but that would have been a good
Rich
one
Man,
as
Poor
well.
Man, Beggar Man, Thief?
No, it's not a horror movie, but there is like people cooked at the end.
I'm pretty
Oh,
cooked.
well, what happens? Yeah, Mike's a little cooked
It's
already. You
like
thinking
the
of this
butcher, the
podcast in an
baker,
hour?
the something, and his wife. It's something like that. James,
yeah, I
can you
think-
do a quick Google so that we can just end this?
We got a lot of time to look these things up.
Absolutely, finally.
Butcher Baker movie. How am I looking this up?
I don't know.
Who's in
there
it?
you go. That works.
Frozen Ground.
Yep, that's it. Frozen
Not
Ground.
that.
We found it.
No, I'm not talking about frozen ground. Jesus.
Give me some keywords here, Shea.
Butcher, Baker, the true story of a serial killer.
No, I'm not talking
Come,
about
Shame, I like
fucking
you want-
Robert
you guys want-
Hansen. It's
you guys wanna
Helen
watch that?
Of
Mirren.
course, she knew the name.
Helen Mirren, cannibalism.
All right, there we go.
Well, that's specific now. Now we're getting somewhere.
The cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, there we go.
There's
We'll
also
show
a,
that on Twitch.
pretty
I
great-
watched it. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
The Twitch stream for this comic is going to be all movies with a bunch of names in it.
There's a lot of.
Different professions.
There's also a great Radiohead deep cut called Butcher, I think.
Yeah.
But Mike's not playing that. That's
No,
just
we're not
one
playing the
name.
Butcher.
No, it has to have several professions.
Yes, yes. Well, there's also a Radiohead song called. Oh God, what's the name of that song?
Only you like Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Well,
oh yeah,
that's not true.
I'm the one.
Yeah. The only thing I know about Radiohead is that right there, OK Computer, because I heard you say it once.
Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Sailor, Rich Man, Poor Man, Beggar Man, Thief.
Yeah.
That's also
I'm
a great song.
I'm going to play
Yeah.
that now also on the stream.
one of the
All
most
right, you guys are
That
doing
one
a,
qualifies.
you guys are doing a lot of work for me.
One of the most popular bands on the planet. I'm the only guy who's a fan. Sure.
We spent like 10 minutes talking about Metallica before the stream started.
Yeah, I got no beef on Metallica. We decided we're burying all the beef.
I know there's a 70s movie that's like Bob and Ted and Alice and Jane.
Yeah, it's a swinging movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
James told me earlier before the stream that he had a huge boner for Metallica.
No,
That his
I don't.
boner was veiny and full of blood.
Yeah.
He's been having a half standing for Foo Fighters lately.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
because they're great.
They're more. Well, I tell you what.
A little
the reason-
half-mast.
The reason is, making, and actually this dovetails right into what I was going to get to here. Yeah, I'm making the running playlist for
Oh,
marathon.
I
and
get that
everything
now.
like
DuckTales. That's a play on Dovetails. I now understand that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Dovetails and Ducktales? Oh, the show Ducktales.
Yeah, that's why they called it that.
Oh, yeah.
No, Mike, it's called DuckTales because you know how like it's instead of TAIL, it's TALES.
I understand that
Right.
shit, but it's also it
It can
all
be
right.
two things. It can be three
It can
things.
be two things.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm making the marathon playlist, and Foo Fighters are a good band for that because even though I'm not a huge fan,
it's just that We Run song over and over and over again from the Foo Fighters.
yeah, no, it's a good sprinkling, you know. Like I'm not a huge fan, but I can't deny that all their performances are very strong, and their melodies are very strong, and their recordings are very strong. So it's like that's what you want, you know. I just want something screaming in my ear while I'm running.
Yeah, I like to listen to when I'm running. I like to listen to Dragon Force.
Yes. Well, yeah, my point is that DuckTales into me talking almost for the last time about the marathon. It's less than 4 weeks away. I'm running the Chicago Marathon on October 8th. Less than 4 weeks away by the time you hear this. So we're still raising funds for the Organization for Autism Research. I'm only going to be able to get on your asses about this one last time on the next episode. That's the last one we're going to have out before the marathon. So time's running out. There's a link in the description below. You can make a donation, and we'll like you a lot more.
If you don't
Thank
make
you
a,
to everyone who has.
If you don't make a donation, all the autistic children in Chicago will descend upon you in murderous vengeance.
I count myself as one of them.
Yes, James
kind of
is
the
a
leader.
child of autism.
Yeah, I'm a child in a lot of ways.
I imagine there's a god named autism.
I was about to make the joke that, well, he's not a child of Christ since he hasn't been baptized.
That's right. You're not. I am. I have a real god, unlike this autism you pray to.
No, autism is the Greek god of organizing their pencils really well. All their
That's
school
right.
supplies.
And looking down at their feet when they have a hard time talking
Yeah,
about stuff.
it's fucking. Yo, you mean always? You mean at every moment of my life up to this point? Sure.
That's why you got on a podcast.
Yeah, on a podcast. Yeah, I've never looked up while recording this podcast.
Hey, Goose. I'm going to tell you about my favorite Radiohead song.
You mean all of them? Almost every single one?
I bet it's... you know what, James? I tell you what. You know what I'm going to do?
Oh,
I'm
boy,
going to
here
give
we go.
Radiohead a shot.
You should.
I'm gonna.
You should.
All right?
you're
Because I will admit, just because it was Radiohead and they're a popular group, I just stuck my nose up at it and never
Yep.
got into it.
And we're burying
that was
beefs.
wrong of me. It was wrong of me.
All the beefs are going away. We're burying beefs. We like every band now.
All right, I'm going to tell you what, James. I'm going to listen to
band is great.
Radiohead, but you got to listen to Fleshgod Apocalypse.
Fleshgod Apocalypse. Let me make,
I
let me
mean,
put
we
this
already
into
liked
place.
every band. Every
Yes,
band is great.
every
Every
band
band
is
is
great.
great.
That is true. I meant it ironically before, but now, Fleshgod Apocalypse. How much of this do I need to listen to?
You either die a hero or live long enough to become
To
the
like
villain.
Radiohead.
Is that what happened to us?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I've been a villain this whole time.
Yeah, but now you're too worn down to fight it anymore, so you need to start just accepting things.
Like
All right.
Axl Rose.
Yeah,
That's
I'll-
right. He looks like my Aunt Kathy now.
he's cooling down. Is he still the cornrows?
No, he looks like a regular guy now. He looks like a regular ant.
Pudgy, middle-aged aunt. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks.
He really does.
He looks fucking exactly like my Aunt Kathy. Like they could be twins now.
Does everybody have an Aunt Kathy? Is that just a given?
She's cool. My Aunt Kathy's pretty big.
yeah,
She smokes
that's
weed.
Pretty crazy.
My mom's sister. And my
will
mom
find-
brings it up every time we talk about it. She goes, she was smoking weed last time I saw her. I go, Mom, I'm smoking weed right now.
Smoking that jazz cabbage.
Hi,
Yeah.
son.
I'm going to find the best Fleshgod Apocalypse album, and I'm going to listen to that.
It is The Labyrinth. That
The
is the
Labyrinth.
best Fleshgod Apocalypse album.
It's not even... Oh, wait, that's a song.
I
It's
can
not
tell you
an
that
album.
right now.
Yeah, those
That
are
album
songs.
is a fucking masterpiece.
It's going to be fucking... It's like 80 minutes long, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
All
It's
right.
brilliant.
Well, I promise I'm going to listen to it.
You'll probably not enjoy it, but I love it.
I don't know.
I think it is a masterpiece.
Yeah. I'm into a lot of stuff that people don't expect me to be into.
All right,
so-
well,
a lot of stuff.
I tell you what. Well, next episode,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I thought about Radiohead, and you tell me what you thought about
All right.
Flesh God Apocalypse.
We won't discuss it beforehand. What
No,
what Radiohead are you listening to, though?
I don't know. I tell you what. I gave
I
you
can
an
send you
album,
an album?
You give me one.
Yeah, it might just be OK Computer, just to be
All
on
right,
the safe
I'll listen
side.
to OK Computer. You listen to the Labyrinth, and then we'll reconvene.
And when we'll reconvene
I'll
on the
keep
next
listening to Metric.
No, Shée, you have to listen to both those albums.
episode. You have to
now.
listen to both and contrast and compare.
and tell which one is your favorite. That would be fun.
That is not going to be a tough one for sure.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
You don't know.
already-
You might dig it.
I played 3 seconds of Converge for Shée one time, and she told me, no, this has to be turned off immediately.
All right. Well, let's just do it anyway for fun.
I
we're
don't
gonna
know
do
what
it.
Converge is, so.
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it might be. It's a lot of screaming.
Awesome.
It's a lot of screaming. Okay, all right. I pimped the marathon, the fundraiser. Send some money to that, please.
Even I did, guys.
Mike
Even
did.
I did, and I am a notoriously cheap and greedy kind of a piece of shit.
Well, he was
person.
trying to hide the money, but still.
And I do want to say again, thank you to everyone who has.
Yeah, thank you.
Like,
No, it's super generous.
A lot of you have, and it has brought tears to eyes.
Not mine,
Oh,
though. I'm
Not
that wasn't
mine.
bad.
I'm
Yeah.
cold and heartless.
Chopping a lot of onions.
Yeah, I was still laughing at him for crying.
If you can't donate, that's totally fine, but it means you have to do something else. You have to make us a spinning song. You have to go to Spotify or Apple Music and write us a review and give us a 5-star review. You just got to do something. You got to do something. That's all.
If you don't, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there is
Ouch.
something really wrong with you. I have been making 2 separate lists of listeners of the show, and you want to be on the right side of that
Yeah,
list.
the people who are good and those who have
hard
something
right.
wrong with them.
I think we're a entire podcast of something's wrong with them.
Nope.
Yeah.
Podcast's perfectly fine and normal. Nothing strange
So
about
are
Perfectly
it.
well
we
adjusted.
there is nothing wrong with any of our
This
brains.
podcast doesn't need to go into therapy.
I definitely did not call
No.
my brain spare parts earlier today.
Spare
right.
parts. Shea, is there something wrong with you?
It's a fantastic Bruce Springsteen song.
Hey, quickly, I'm just furiously scribbling Shay's name in the section of something
Yeah.
wrong with them.
Something wrong. Yeah, but
Shea!
yes, but the difference is Shea famously doesn't listen to or enjoy this program.
I think
So
you
she
know what
wouldn't-
though, if Shea comes back next time and says she didn't think the Fleshgod Apocalypse album was better, I'm gonna write down her that there's something wrong with her.
Okay.
But that's the thing is I already like OK Go.
I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. Well, that was pretty funny, Shea.
No, thanks.
I really enjoyed that because James even knew you were just working him. He still got mad.
Because Shea did the same joke a couple episodes ago.
That is the sign of a good heel in pro wrestling. You know the heel is just working you, but you're
Yeah.
still mad anyway? God
Yeah.
damn. That's
Yeah.
a good heel.
Yeah, this has converted into a wrestling
I don't know what I
podcast.
did a couple weeks ago, but good for me.
It was Diamond. I think you called him Diamond Dallas Flair or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
right. You
think
got
I
Ric
did.
Flair's name wrong? Fuck
Yeah,
you,
Ric
dude.
Flair's terrible person. You respect
Speaking
that
of heel.
horrible man. You respect that
Do you know
awful,
what, though?
awful man.
All my heroes are just like monsters.
No, I'll give you Henry Rollins.
He's a
Not
good
a monster.
man.
Oh
Good
yeah,
man.
I was talking.
Well, he's a monster in a way
He's
in terms of
physically.
he weaponizes his determination.
He's capable of murdering us all.
right,
But he
like,
has not.
I like based people, I guess.
Yes.
Regardless if they're good or evil, like I respect that.
Shay, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Oh, you got to start hanging on to those things. You get very excited about something.
Oh, I was talking about people, the same kind of conversation that always comes up of like, do we have anyone that isn't a fucking monster in entertainment and stuff? And we were trying to think of, and I didn't think of Henry
plenty.
Rollins. So
Henry
I
Rollins,
actually
good
need
man.
to hang on to that one for the next time the combo comes
And he's also not a cliche. He's a big meaty guy, but he's also very intelligent. He's very shy. He's very intelligent. He writes like he's a great guy. He's not
Is he
problematic
intelligent?
behavior. He's a very intelligent man, I think. If you've ever read any of his writings, or he's got a bunch of spoken word albums as well, and he's a very thoughtful, intelligent guy, and he's a leftist kind of guy without being a libcuck. That's hard to do. That's very hard to do.
Yeah, because those are like you don't really feel bad for people or want what's best. You're just doing it for clout.
Yeah, no, not Henry Rollins.
You're just afraid. You're afraid of people being mad at you.
Yeah. We'll look at some more Henry Rollins stuff later, Shay. Rollins marathon, Rollins-a-thon.
Are we
all
gonna
right.
do it?
Which it turns out is a cover, actually.
Yeah, I know.
is.
Remember,
But
we
it
found that
doesn't-
out on the show, I think, right?
Yeah, well, when I was editing the show, I found it. But yeah, it doesn't keep it from being on my playlist. The live version from the album they recorded at the Metro here in Chicago called "The Only Way to Know for Sure."
I was at that show.
Were you really?
That's
It was 2
fucking
nights. I think.
baller.
Yeah, both days. Me and my buddies slept in our car.
Wow.
And, we drove up and saw the show.
That is
That's
an
awesome.
incredible. That is
They
an
broke up after
incredible
that.
album.
That was it. That
Yeah.
was the last show.
Was it the last show?
Wow.
Yep, that was it. That was
Oh,
the
wow.
last. They broke up after that, and he stopped performing.
Well, those are incredible performances. That's an incredible live album.
Yeah, I was at the last show. I'm pretty sure. They were. That was it. That was their goodbye.
Wow. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, that's a great performance. That's a great couple of shows there. All right. Well, we killed a lot of time here because, there's not much to say about this
No.
comic book that we're looking at today.
And this was
Well,
requested.
There wasn't a lot to say about the story,
Right.
for sure. But the art, I thought, was like
A little baffling.
engaging as hell.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll get into
Shea
this.
liked it. All right.
This came
I
from...
did like it. I mean, it's Mike Grell. It's
I liked
Okay.
it too.
Yeah. Well, this is Mike Grell. Yeah, you're thinking of Mike Barron, although Mike Grell,
I am. I'm
on
sorry.
Don't sleep on Mike Grell, and I'll tell you why. But we'll get to that in a moment. This came from on YouTube from a KBEL reporter at Jeru420. He requested this.
For some reason.
And it came up on the wheel for probably something that he or she, they had.
It may have been the Badger stuff.
Yeah, they may have just had in there. Well, it does. It has a lot of components that we like. It's got weird, obscure characters. It's written by Mike Barron. And, again, don't sleep on Mike Grell. So I really don't know. Maybe they just wanted us to shut up and send us a comic we couldn't possibly talk about for more than 30 minutes. Maybe that's it.
I liked it.
That's fair.
Joke's on you. We'll just talk about some other bullshit.
Yeah, they're like, I want to shorten up this episode.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, for real. Thank you. We love requests. We happy this came up on the ever-straining super wheel last time.
It's just the gravity of it is going to collapse within itself like a dying star.
Well, we're going to do something a little different for the wheel spinning later today, so stick around for that.
Oh boy.
This is The Brave and the Bold Volume 2, because back in the day, The Brave and the Bold was basically a Batman comic where he teamed up with other obscure characters. Why it's called The Brave and the Bold now, I don't really know, but it was a 6-issue miniseries written by Mike Grell and Mike Barron. This is issue 4 of 6 from 1992 with art by Shée Anton Pensa.
What's up?
With a Mike Grell cover. So Mike Grell also did the cover of here. Yeah, I don't see a Comics Code sticker, and I noticed some smoking on the inside. I think this was considered a mature reader's book at the time, 1992.
I felt very mature reading it.
Yes. Yeah. So here we love Mike Barron, creator of The Badger. Unironically, we love The Badger and we love Mike Barron.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
Fans.
Hook it up. He also wrote some badass Dead Man stories with Kelly Jones on art, which is a perfect match for old James here.
Yeah.
And he wrote Punisher War Journal, which is on the wheel.
Very excited for that too. Very excited for that too. Mike Grell, on the other hand, I think we've only looked at Grell once, which is when we looked at his own solo creation, Warlord. You remember Warlord?
I do. I love Warlord.
He was good.
How about that?
Warlord. Yeah, because we love everything now, but we did like that even at the time. I think.
That's right. It's crazy. He's at the center of the world.
Yeah. And
he's
found
having sex with magic ladies.
He trained her. And he didn't hit on her until she had her brain together. He was a good dude, that Warlord.
I don't remember Warlord.
Like a base Warlord.
He was a good dude. He was a guy who looked like He-Man, but then he had like a Hawkman helmet.
He looked like a combination of He-Man and Colonel Sanders.
He was a good, yeah. He had the Green Arrow Van Dyke mustache, which is interesting because, here, I will bring up a picture of it just so Shée can see. Oh, somehow I accidentally Binged it instead of Googled it.
You and your Bing, worthless.
Hey, if you're looking for videos that are not indexed.
I vaguely remember this guy.
Yeah. Anyway, he looks like Green Arrow, and that's interesting because Mike Grell is also known for writing the Green Arrow Longbow Hunter story, and that's the story where Green Arrow became more of an urban vigilante dude, and he ditched his little hat. He got rid of his little hat because of Mike Grell. So
I have questions about Green Arrow.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Book.
You'll also notice.
We'll get to.
Well, you also notice in this book, Green Arrow is never referred to as Green Arrow because Mike Grell thought that name was dumb.
And he's right.
So he said, you're not calling it
Green
Arrow.
Show thought it was dumb. For the longest time, he was just Arrow.
It was. I don't think it was just the Vigilante at first. For like the first full season, it was like the Vigilante, and then it became the Arrow, and then eventually it became Green Arrow.
That first season was pretty good.
It was.
I think the first 2 seasons were pretty good, and then it was kind of up and down. And
It knew what it was, and that was nice.
I felt like it went on too long, but it was making money, so
it went on too long, and it's. I think I
so
get
did Flash though. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so many fast other fast guys he's beefing with.
Yeah, that he needs to bury the beefs too.
Well, and now Caitlin Snow is how many people?
I've never I didn't watch the Flash show, but I just imagine I saw the trailers for like. Oh, who's the new bad guy? And it was always just a guy who's slightly faster than the Flash.
They did that too often, but I'll say they did some. There were some really good moments. The Reverse Flash stuff was really good. The Gorilla Grodd stuff was fun. They had some moments. Do
you think like the people at Warner Brothers who were planning on making a Flash movie were just watching the Flash TV show, and every time they did a gimmick about his speed, they were like, "God damn it."
Yeah, I think so.
Now we can't use that's the problem with the Flash movies. Like that show was on for 7 years and it just happened.
9 years.
Like maybe? All the gimmicks of running fast, all the bad guys who like, oh my god, he runs slightly faster. It's been done to fucking death. Everyone's seen it, and now you're gonna make a movie about it? That's not gonna work.
The deck was definitely stacked. It was tough. Yeah, I mean, my main beef with those shows was just like the working conditions were so ungodly and unsafe that it was just you can't make 23 episodes of these shows. Come on, guys. That's
when you
too
said
much.
making those shows were unsafe, I immediately thought of the actor who was on Arrow shooting someone in the head with an arrow accidentally.
Did he do that?
No, but that's where my brain went. Like, I was like, I wonder what kind of accidents happen on Arrow. And I was like, thunk.
Well, probably the pyrotechnics. Probably got a little James Hetfield going on there.
Right, James Hetfield was visiting. They got him again.
Damn it, he can't stop stepping on those pyrotechnics.
He's like, no, not again.
They got the other half of his body. Shit.
He like just got over it too. Like he like after years of therapy of the intense burning pain that he still feels in his mind, he finally got over it.
Dude, burned half his body, learned how to play guitar again.
Yeah,
went
he did.
right back on it. Good for him.
That's what Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, he like fell asleep on his arm wrong, and the doctor told him he would never play guitar again. Like he lost all feeling in his arm.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So, but through sheer force of will and spite, yeah, hatred for God.
This is a guy.
he not only taught himself how to use his arm again, but relearned how to play guitar as well as he used to.
Yes, nice.
Damn.
Yeah. This is a guy who formed a spite band, who dedicated his life to a band to spite his old band.
And arguably the better band. Arguably,
but they're both great.
Band?
This is Megadeth.
Megadeth.
Despite Metallica.
Still have it?
Oh, shit. Yeah, as far as the edit knows, yes, I do. We just heard it right now. Let's see. Is it on there? No. Yeah, I'm sure it's on there. I'm sure we heard it just now. I'm positive of it. Yeah, and Tom Petty put his fist through a wall one day, and the doctor told him, "You won't ever play guitar again." And he said, "Fuck off," and he went right back to it.
Little did that doctor know, he was just sick of playing.
Yeah, he just needed a break.
He was just like, I bet I could just like sing nasally.
Yeah, and I'm glad he did.
We're
all the better for it.
I'm gonna hire another guy to play all the stuff.
All right. We're gonna talk about this thing. This is issue 4 of a 6-issue miniseries. So we're in the middle of someone else's shit for sure.
Keep in mind, everyone, this comic book was requested.
This is not our fault. No, it's not a bad comic. It really isn't.
I was about to say, you keep wording it like it's like a bad thing we did this.
It is not I would say like this is very much not a Dark Side's Couch style of comic.
True. It could have been. Things could have gone a little differently.
I always notice whenever we get random comics, like if they're not part of a long running series and they're part of a smaller mini series and we're like you jump into a story and you kind of gotta know what's happening. With like the serialized books that are on forever, like you can kind of just jump in and it's not
because they need you to.
A big deal. So it's better for us. It's better for the show to do that. But whenever we get stuff like this and it's like no context at all, we're like, all right, fuck, let's just
still gonna
time
do
to make
it,
an episode.
Still keep sending those requests. We're still gonna do them. We're still gonna.
Obviously, we will.
Yeah. No, this honestly is not a bad book. It's just we're lost, and none of the characters are really in their superhero costumes, despite what the cover would have you believe.
Like this can't be the listener's favorite comic.
It could be.
Like, what a like this one, Brave and the Bold presents Green Arrow, the Butcher, and the question number 4.
This was the one. This was the favorite comic growing up. I don't know. Maybe it was the last comic their father gave them. You know, you never know what it means.
Who cares? Why?
I think that they were they're a fan of the show, of just the show itself, not necessarily of comic books, and they just looked up the first comic book they saw, and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna request."
Let's see, make an episode out of this, funny guys.
Oh, there could be that too. This could be a fuck you request.
Could be a spite request. This is the Megadeth.
Is this from Dave Mustaine?
Yes.
This is a spite quest.
Dave Mustaine hates this show so much that he sent us a spite request.
Send us your spite quests.
Let's see
I'll
if
take
these
anything. I don't
pieces of shit can make an episode out of this.
Well, he's very angry.
That's my Dave Mustaine impression, and that's the first time I've ever tried it, and it was pretty good.
Probably pretty close. He's a bitter man.
Whoa!
Yeah, so this has got the question who, I don't think we've ever seen the question before. Arguably, we still haven't.
Yeah, we have.
He's, have we?
That's how when I learned he was a TV newsman.
No, that's the Creeper.
No, it was the question. He was like this.
I mean,
like,
he is too.
He was like this Alex Jones type of guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's Vic Sage.
Yeah.
He's an
Cool
old
name.
Yeah, it is a good name. He's an old Charlton Comics leftovers acquired post-crisis. He's a faceless Steve Ditko creation he used to expose his hardcore libertarian values through the question.
He's
was,
wonderful in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
Sure.
He's the best part of that show.
Yeah, voiced by
Conspiracy
Jeffrey
theorist.
Combs, who I was in a movie with, listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
You were in a movie?
Yeah.
You're just now bringing that up?
I think you were...
I'm on
10
I'm on IMDb.
I've known you for 10 years. You've never told me you're in a movie? What's wrong with you? I'm
In
writing
theory, I'm also
Shay's
in a movie
name
with. I
the
think I'm
side of
also
the-
technically in a movie with Roddy Piper.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're on the list of what's wrong with you.
Wow, you made the What's Wrong With You list.
Dude.
Sorry.
It's hard to make the bad list when now we love everybody.
What's the Roddy Piper movie's name?
I could not even tell you.
You don't even know the name of the movie you were
I
in.
was an extra.
Fucking Hollywood Shea over here.
I know, right?
And I
Actually-
doubt I got paid for it, which means that it was probably like independent and
It wasn't
he was
one
not
of,
doing great.
It wasn't one of Roddy Piper's massive summer
It wasn't
blockbusters.
They Live. Yeah, it wasn't They Live.
Was the other movie an extra too?
No, that one you can actually. I guess featured extra
What's
is
the name of
technically
it?
what I would
Can you
be.
tell
The
people
name of
of
the
it?
fucking movie, Shea.
Oh my god.
Motivational growth.
Motivational Growth with Jeffrey Toombs.
That's motivational growth is when you're having a hard time getting it up, and you have to have like a conversation with your dick.
Yeah.
It's about a guy who talks to mold in his bathroom, and the mold is voiced by Jeffrey Combs.
Oh shit, I have that problem.
And I am in a scene where he is talking to the television, and it is talking to an aerobics instructor, and I am one of the women in the background doing the aerobics.
All right.
Tied the scene together.
All right, I'm going to try to find that movie, and we're going to watch that on Twitch. And we're gonna
Have
look for
at it.
Shea. We're going to look for Shea.
Listen, go for it. Don Thacker, director.
All right,
Not a bad
Don.
man.
Thacker Wacker.
So that's what you need to know about the
it's
question, I
Thatcher.
guess. I guess that's what you need to know about the question.
He wasn't he the basis for Watchmen's Rorschach?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was adapted into Rorschach, a more extreme version of the question. But yeah, he's a right wing kind of conspiracy theorist. He's not in his best interpretations. Like the question is kind of clueless. Like he's not really good at this job, and we see him a little more competent in this book. And I kind of like him being a loser.
When he like beats up criminals, he says, "Pull yourselves up from your own bootstraps."
Actually, he kind of does.
Good for him.
It's a little bit
Based
of that.
question.
Base question. And then Green Arrow, who is a left-wing, hardcore left-wing dude. But we know about Green Arrow. I think we know pretty well. He's a dude with
Oh, hold
arrows.
on. Now I have a question about Green Arrow. Like, so sometimes he is like Batman, where he has $1 billion corporation, right?
Yeah.
And other times he's like a communist.
Yeah, he doesn't run his corporation well. It's not a smooth operation. So I think he's been bankrupt and not bankrupt several times.
Okay.
But he's also very big on giving his money away. He's more so than arguably Bruce Wayne would be. So
Oh, yes.
Green Arrow
Bruce
is
Wayne is smart enough to get it back.
But also, the Green Arrow isn't afraid to do what needs to get done and kill a person.
Yeah, he should kill people. He should go to Gotham and kill the Joker with an arrow.
If you read the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil, Green Arrow, Green Lantern series from the 70s, it's really, really good. And it's them having a road trip across the country to learn about people. And the first scene of the first issue is Hal Jordan, who's a little bit more of a conservative guy. He swings by a ghetto and he sees some young, dirty people yelling at a man in a suit. And Hal Jordan just immediately goes, "These punks are accosting this nice man." And he immediately grabs the young people and takes them to jail. And then Green Arrow shows up and goes, "What the fuck were you doing? That's their evil landlord who's like raising their rent out of nowhere and kicking them out of their house. They were just confronting him." And that's like the template for their whole miniseries or their whole
Green
series.
Lantern's like, why didn't they pay their rent?
It kind of is. It's like a really Hal Jordan is like a child in that book. It's really fascinating to watch him learn very
All
basic.
right, well, we should
things about the way
put this
world
on the
works.
list.
It is, I think.
It seems like a
is.
very Dark Side's Couch comic.
It's very good, and one of the Guardians of Oa is just like, "Well, I'll tag along too, just to see what it's like." And he just like sits in the back of a pickup truck with him, It's great.
Was at that time when he was also recruiting people with AIDS?
We're talking about the new Guardians.
Right, was it the same one?
Oh, yeah.
When-
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he's driving around the country. He's just like, that motherfucker has AIDS. You could be my
Bring it in.
superhero
Pull him in.
team."
Pull him in. I'm working on something. Come on.
He's like, well, he goes, why do you keep doing that? He goes, I'm going to have them breed to like make better people.
I got a
Do
good
you not know
plan."
what AIDS is?
And he cracks open a Billy beer.
He's like, I don't know shit.
And check out the new Guardians episode from a couple episodes ago.
Hey,
for
so
some
when
context.
Green Lantern and Green Arrow were on a road trip together, was the car they were driving in the Imagination Green from Green Lantern's ring?
Oh, was it just like a construct that he made?
construct.
No,
thank
it's not a
you.
construct.
The
It's ju-
Imagination Green.
It's the
I could not think of that word.
No, it's just like a pickup truck.
I know, but did he like wish for it?
Oh, no. It's a real truck. It's an actual truck that they probably stole.
Everyone's just like, does Mike not know how the Green Lantern ring works? Nope, not really.
It doesn't create.
I thought they like wish for things, and then
No.
that's how the ring
It's
works.
a construct. It's just a construct. It's still just made of the goo of the Green Lantern ring.
I mean, that's true for everything.
Yeah, that is true on a molecular level. So that's the question, Green Arrow. But who the hell is the Butcher?
He is a Native American man who likes to stab at lumberjacks.
Yeah, the Butcher is basically like if the Punisher never left Nam, and he's got Native American overtones. The Butcher was an original Mike Barron and Shea Anton Pensa joint.
Hey, Shea, you did it.
Hey, they put him together. He had like
It's a me.
Hey, maybe that's why they picked this comic.
Oh, fuck.
because it's got the name Sheehan involved.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a little bit of a stretch, but okay.
I mean, why? What else?
I don't know, some people really like the Butcher, I guess.
Maybe some people really like my name.
Yeah, I like your name.
Mom.
Yeah, and the casting
Yeah,
director
she
for that
does.
and the casting director for that movie about Evil Grout or whatever it fucking is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Butcher, he had like something like a 4 or 5 issue miniseries, and then this 6 issue miniseries, and I don't believe he's ever been used since, but he didn't die or anything, so presumably he's still out there butching away.
Look at that. He's got Shredder's dick curtain.
Yeah, he does. I like it. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Like there was something they could have done with him. I don't know. He's like a military operative kind of dude. He believes he's an agent of the Great Spirit of the Sioux people.
Me too.
Yeah. And one of you was right. One of you has definitely got to be right.
Yeah, one of us.
All right. I guess we sat on this long enough. I guess we avoided the inevitable long enough. Let's talk about this book. Let's see. We've got a couple of majestic pages with
Here we see a super yoked eagle.
an eagle swooping down and taking a fish out of the stream, I suppose. You know, having a good time. I guess that's a metaphor for what we're going to see, you know?
Yeah, the eagle has a torso of a man.
Yeah, yes. Well, he's not great at drawing eagles, all right?
Oh, yeah!
Or alternately, he's the best at drawing eagles.
Right?
And then out of nowhere, we see that this lumber truck for Youngblood Forest Industries.
I love the two guys in there.
There are two meth heads in the cab of this truck.
One
I have
guy
to
is like they run this like red truck off the road, and the guy
Right.
in the passenger seat is having the best day of his life.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of this. Yeah, I'd be hitting that all the time.
While the driver is just like two eyes on the road, and what is the hand
10 and
position?
2?
10 and 2.
10 and 2.
He's just 10 and 2 in it.
I gotta say, I mean, I have encountered a lot of truck drivers over the years, and they pretty much nailed these guys. Like,
All right.
and that's not, look, aside from the fact that they're murderous, I love truck drivers. They keep the country running, and good for them, and they're great people. They're salt of the earth, but, they're outliers of society usually.
They're outlaws.
They're outlaws and
I
outliers.
mean, my dad wasn't that weird.
I'm thinking about doing it.
Yeah,
Get
think
my
about going that way?
truck driver's license and just,
Get your CDL?
yeah, get my CDL.
Yeah.
Just drive across the country, hauling lumber, running people off the road.
That's what it's saying. Yeah, just running the occasional people off the road.
Having
I
a
don't know.
murderous bodybuilder guy just
Yeah,
go with me.
Sure, your buddy. Yeah. He knows the code of the road for sure.
Sucking my dick.
What is going
Is that
on
what
with
you
this? Yes. I was trying to be subtle about it. The truck that gets run off the road where Butcher and the Questioner are in, it kind of just disappears halfway through.
Looks like it has a cape.
That's
Yeah.
no, that's supposed to be the action of it getting shoved
Oh,
off.
it's a
car.
motion line.
Right,
Yeah,
but
it's
where's
a
the rest?
motion line.
Oh.
Okay, but where's the rest of the truck then?
Right. It just
It's a
looks,
car. It's not a truck.
It looks like a truck to me. It looks like a truck cabin.
Like a truck.
All right.
It looks like the truck, like the
Or
vehicle
like a
they're
Jeep.
in. It just looks like it's too small for those two guys to be in it.
It's like a smart
Yeah.
car.
It looks like, yeah, but it looks like a Jeep more than a truck to me.
Yeah. So they get run off the road, and we're led
Yeah,
to
see?
believe this is it's a little. Maybe it's the cab of a truck. I don't know, or a little Jeep or something.
It's not drawn the same Shée.
It is not. Yeah, it kind of changes from panel to panel.
You mean the fact that they're not in their costumes either now?
Yeah, the butcher. So the butcher
That's
and
just
the
so you know who's in the
question,
book.
they're not in their costumes, and the butcher. All right, I can figure it out. Question does not look like any version of Vic Sage I've ever seen before in my life.
They just made him a cool guy with a mullet.
Well,
Flaming
and
red
kind
hair.
of, yeah, exactly. And then later, they mentioned that they're looking for two mercenaries. Green Arrow's looking for two mercenaries, who's an indigenous guy and some dude that was in the IRA.
Yeah.
And so it looks just like these two.
So maybe
Or it sounds.
So the question normally wears that mask that makes it look like he doesn't have a face. Maybe
Yeah.
because
he's
he's
ugly?
traveling around without his costume that he is in disguise.
Oh, so his face is his real face. His mask is his real face, and this is
Yeah,
his
or
actual
maybe he's
disguise.
wearing another mask to look like a different guy.
Well, I tell you, that wouldn't be surprising because we see this image of them, and they manage to escape the truck just as it crashes, or their car just as it crashes. And we see them recovering, and the question turns into a horrific vampire man in one panel.
I have to say, like, that face is how I feel.
Does he have
Right.
splinters in his face?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's like chewing through split. I don't know. He's got just crazy. It kind of looks Kelly Jones-ish.
Well, they land on some trees, and
Mm-hmm.
the Jeep they have explodes. And
Oh,
but the butcher, his clothes get all torn up. If we could see, he
Not
doesn't
sure how.
skip back day.
He does not. He's got a lat spread to be envious of, for sure. His skin turns really red, and I kind of thought that was a superpower of his, but it turns out it's not. It's just the
They're
coloring.
just being bigoted.
He looks like a monster. He looks like I thought maybe he has some sort of weird metagene where he turns into like a red devil kind of guy, but nope, they're just bad coloring. Just
I
bad
bet.
coloring.
I bet he just got sunburnt really bad.
Yeah, well, I've been there. I
Uh-huh.
got my shoulders look like they were sewed onto a different torso because there's a very clear delineation from where my sleeve cut
That's
off.
how I look now with like shorts and like shirts without sleeves. I just have like dark coloring everywhere.
Oh my God, white people look terrible. We look awful.
I know we're not meant to live on the earth as it is
No.
now.
No, we're not yet.
Like we evolved and mutated to survive in the ice age to produce our own vitamin D, and now that is no longer necessary.
Yeah, it seems like we should go away at this point.
Right.
get
The
out of
very the light of the mother star harms us.
We've done all the damage we're gonna do. Let's just get out of here.
Like God is burning us off the world.
I went for a run on Lakeshore Drive here in Chicago, and I came back just with my shoulders bubbling with pus. Awful. So
That was gross.
God,
it was- oh, boy.
God inflicted a curse upon you.
He
You
didn't
got one
want
of the
me running.
plagues of Egypt.
Yep, he didn't want me running. He was not donating. He's on the bad list.
Right. What is
like-
wrong with you, God?
Put
God's
God on
number
the bad
one.
list. We're trying really hard not to put people on the bad list. We want to like everybody, but
Number two is Shée.
Aw, man.
Dude, you were in 2 movies and never said anything.
yeah.
What is wrong with you?
high crime? We could have been putting screen caps up all this time.
Right.
Maybe we'll put one up right now.
Let's exploit Shay's celebrity.
Yes. Shée as a C-list celebrity. She's doing pretty okay.
Oh yeah, C-list. That's
Yeah, but
yep.
Shée, you're the A-list of the two between the three of us.
Yeah. So anyway, the question of the butcher, they head down this mountain. They're going to try and cut off the truck that drove them off the road. And
They're pretty in good shape. Like they're running down.
This
Not only do
is-
they survive the crash, but they decide to run down the mountain to catch that truck to
Right.
fuck those guys up.
I'll give it to the butcher, but there ain't no way the question is capable of this.
Yeah, you can. Look at him. He's
This-
already there.
Ain't nothing like him. Yeah, but
He's
the butcher.
training for the marathon.
Unfortunately, training for the marathon does not get you super jacked. I have to sadly report to everybody.
You got to like grow out that mullet.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
thing
what you're missing, bro. You should have been
Yeah.
growing a mullet this whole time.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
James, I'll add $1,000
Right, if I
to
grow-
the charity if
Right.
you grow out a mullet for me for like 6 months.
For 6, so this is the 2024 marathon at this point. This is next year.
All right, next year then.
Next year, yeah, we'll revisit this when I run my next marathon.
All right, you're growing a mullet, like a good one.
Yeah, like a real deal mullet. If I'm gonna grow it, you better believe it's
you
gonna
better
be a
not
good,
fuck with me on this.
it's gonna be a serious Billy Ray Cyrus style mullet.
You're not burning me on this, dude.
Do not fuck me on this.
I love mullets. I've been doing this gig, and I don't know what happened, but like the crew of young people, they all got like different kinds of mullets.
Right.
Like, did that shit come back?
I don't know. I think it's like vinyl in that it never entirely went away.
Well, good for them. They all look amazing.
Yeah, they look great. Speaking of looking great, the butcher takes off the remains of his shirt and he's climbing up to fight the guys in the cab. And the goon who's in the passenger seat of the cab, he just has an axe on him. So he decides they're gonna have a fight on top of the cargo of logs.
It doesn't really. So you know what? It doesn't look like he has an axe in that panel. It looks more like he like ripped like that shoe shining thing.
Oh yeah, the brush.
The brush. It looks like he just ripped it off the floor.
Yeah, maybe that's what he does in his side hustle.
And then he's gonna bonk somebody with it. Leave
Yeah.
that shoe, the shoe polish mark on their head.
That's the worst indignity you can
It's
suffer.
the humiliation.
Yeah. You don't want to be humiliated. Like I can lose in a fight, but don't humiliate me. Mm-hmm. You know. So
No, James, you cannot lose in a fight.
that is true. Henry Rollins would be very disappointed.
What are
in
you
me.
doing?
He'd be yelling at me.
Who
to
have
do
you
it.
been talking to?
Who said it's okay to lose ever? Spirit of Mike's dad in the show.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know whose son you are.
How come you don't just get it right away?
Why didn't you shank him, boy?
There's a lot of that. Just like, what do you mean you didn't get A pluses and everything? How do you not like?
Oh no,
Just understand immediately and then get it right.
I never had any of that at all. Nobody gave any kind of a shit about my grades.
Our parents we needed parents that just met in the middle.
Yeah. There could have been a nice 65-degree medium in there. Nice.
I think we
worst
both
fall
turned
day.
out pretty good. So I think like this means our parents did a good job.
Or we beat them.
Sometimes I think of it like that. I've defeated my father in life.
Yeah, I still have those dreams. I still have those dreams where I get in fist fights.
I win, old man.
I haven't talked to him in years. I don't know where he is. I still get those dreams of like, you know what? It's fucking done with this, and I just belt him.
I think you know what? I think you need to go beat up your dad.
It would be super
I
cathartic,
think you
man.
need to do it. Like I think just for the closure.
Well, I don't know where he is, but if anybody's got a dad they'd like to volunteer for me to beat up, like, hey, if you can't make a donation, there's a donation for you.
You know, my dad's 73, but I don't think you could take him.
I can believe that.
Yeah, your dad sounds pretty tough.
He's only 5'9", though.
Well, he's also got a pitchfork because he's from that American Gothic painting.
He kills gophers with that pitchfork. I swear to God, he just waits in the night with a pitchfork ready to strike, and as soon as he sees a gopher pop its little head up, day or night, he just it's like Tom Hanks in the Castaway when he gets good at killing the fish, and he's just no-selling it. That's
the real
my
butcher.
dad murdering marmots in his yard.
He would think the butcher is a little bit of a pussy.
Dude, my dad thinks everybody's a pussy, though. And you know what?
He might be right. Yeah.
I don't know, because the butcher impales a man on a tree.
Yeah,
Yeah, the butcher's pretty badass. He's my favorite DC Comics character.
Yes, because you can read all of his adventures in an hour and a half. Yeah, and then never have to see him again.
So well.
Like, I'm done with this guy. Done in the bank.
Yeah, Band-Aid off.
So he kicks this the goon from the cab of the truck over the truck and just impales him on a random branch on a tree.
Yeah, this is why you don't fight on top of a moving vehicle, because they can just knock you off of it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like a game of gladiators.
Anywhere you land, you're fucked. Like, the aim doesn't matter. If you fall off that truck, you're fucking dead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then we see the question lands on the hood of the truck, which is also unbelievable, and we see
awesome.
It's being driven by Jerry Garcia, apparently.
Yeah, and then he says Land of Goshen. Land of
Land of
Goshen?
Goshen?
Oh, Land of Goshen.
Is that an Irish thing?
Sounds
No,
like an Irish
that's
thing.
a biblical thing.
Okay,
yeah?
because I thought it sounded Irish, and I was like, oh, this is the IRA guy. No.
You know, Land of Goshen is like a, I guess it'd be like, oh shit.
It's just an oh shit?
Yeah, it's like a oh shit, but a biblical oh shit.
Yeah, I guess since I was never baptized, I never would have heard that.
Yep, you don't know any of this. You're incapable of knowing this because you weren't baptized. The information is just there's a
I'm just
wall
too
of
young.
there's a wall of godliness keeping you from knowing the truth.
I'm Dunning-Krugered against any sort of biblical knowledge. Yeah, that's true.
God, man, I wish I knew what you were talking about.
It's
'Cause
possible I
that,
misused
I
it.
bet that was fucking awesome.
No, it's a psychological. So the Dunning-Kruger effect basically means there's a point in your competence versus confidence where you are way too confident in your ability to do something versus your actual ability to do it.
And my photo is next to that in the description, correct?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't remember why I said that. I'm not sure that I can pull that together, but it made sense at the moment.
I've been egoing through my life.
Well, I think the other half of the Dunning-Kruger is that if you believe you can do something, you in your brain, you cannot understand why anyone couldn't do it. Like you're like, I can do it. It's easy for me. Why isn't it easy for literally everyone? This doesn't make any sense. Like, so you're blind in that way too.
When the Santa Hules profile on Twitch finally gets banned, I'm going to switch it to Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, Dunning-Kruger. I'm going to sit on that and wonder if I actually used that correctly or not. It's entirely possible I did not, but
Hey, you know
too late
what?
to edit it out.
Hey, you know what? Who fucking cares?
Yeah, who fucking cares? We're 50 minutes into a baffling comic book.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So then
Trucks happen.
trucks happen. There's an accident. The dudes die. They crash in, and the butcher and the questioner are able to get free. And they say, well, now we got witnesses to what happened, whatever sort of weird land development problems. They're having some issue with like a lumber company.
Like they were going to kill those guys and steal their truck.
Yeah.
But then since they destroyed the truck, there you go.
They don't
Can't
care
do
that the guys are dead. Not worried at all about the fact that they killed these guys.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, well, the question can always just put on his mask. You'll never find him.
He's like, man, now we got to walk. We just ran down that mountain.
Yeah, that was all the cardio they wanted to do today. They're doing more cardio. They're going to burn up their gains.
He's like, hey, Vic, did you see that I pushed that guy into that tree branch? She goes, yeah.
Let's go walk back. Let's go walk back and take another look at it.
Bro, let's go look at him. Let's pull his legs off.
So you might be asking, where's the Green Arrow in all this? Where's that Green Arrow?
No, he's out shopping.
Yeah, he's at like I guess it's like an Indian Native American reservation that I guess opens itself up to a bunch of white people to come in there and kind of like poke at the Native Americans.
Well, they're
and-
having like a
Pioneer
fair,
days.
like a fair, and they're trying to make some money from the white people.
Well, if they ask me, I'm on the side of the Native Americans. I say it's an unfair.
Well, I mean, they're gouging these folks.
way they
Get
were
your
treated.
money.
Yeah, get a little bit back. Get a little something back for yourselves.
Get your money. There's a game they have there called Smack the Goblin, which I'm going to do when we're done recording.
Yeah, you can't be doing that in public. Shouldn't be smacking the goblin in public.
Man, that was a funny ass joke that you guys just didn't appreciate.
I made the same joke in a different way. Mm-hmm. Smacking the goblin.
All that says to me is my joke wasn't funny enough, and you had to make
No.
a better one.
No, I actually wrote mine down.
You know what, James? You're on the list of what is wrong. What is wrong with
shit.
you?
And I do listen to the podcast, so that's a problem. I am technically a listener. Fuck me. I don't know. There's a booth for free mohawks. You can get a free mohawk. That's pretty fun.
Shoot the dumb
Bahana? Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that would mean. What's
That
a
is
bahana,
the
Shea?
Hopi word for white person.
Oh, cool.
Sick. They're
Sweet.
shooting him with guns.
Nice. Oh, it's a
Make
bow
coyote
arrow.
shut up.
Yeah, I don't know that one at all. The
What do you do?
backgrounds are
You
fun.
just there's like a live coyote, and you have to just keep its mouth closed with one hand.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what they do.
That's the game.
It's the Chaos Reigns coyote from that
Antichrist?
Lars von Trier movie from Antichrist.
That movie's
Play
bad.
it right here, but I forgot the. I don't have that on the board either, but I'll put it in.
Chaos reigns.
You think that Smack the Goblin is that it's who can shoot their load the furthest?
It's a variation on the Limp Bizkit Ookie Cookie. game.
Oh, yeah.
You know that one?
Okay.
Speaking of delicious snacks, Green Arrow is eating something.
He looks like he's eating a turd he fished out of the toilet.
Yeah, he's got a plate of something, and he's eating what looks like it almost looks like a corn on the cob or a burrito or something. But he's going to town on it. We don't know what it is.
Well, there's a sign in the back of the other one that says "Try our cornbread." So maybe he's eating like cornbread and chili.
All right, but it's in the shape of a ear of corn.
Yeah, and we see him biting into it, and he's like seriously like gnawing into it. Like,
Yeah, what if it's an ear of corn though? He's eating it incorrectly.
he's eating the actual cob.
Right, and his hand would be covered in salt, pepper, and butter.
Oh, terrible, terrible.
You got to have those little forks within the shape of corn.
The tines are fucking awesome. I love those tines. It's the
Right,
only
but
way
if
to eat
they're not-
corn on the cob.
But if they're not in the shape of corn, though, you failed.
Well, I think you could also have them in the shape of like a leaf, like the actual
Bro.
sheath of the corn, you know?
All right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on
I'm
board
just gonna
now.
keep them squares.
I don't know
Shée,
about squares a little
please.
boring. You want to have a good time.
I'm
You wanna have a good
already
time
on the
through food.
shit list.
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
What
yeah,
you do-
yeah.
Yeah, but you could be more wrong.
You might beat out God and become the biggest enemy of the show.
Yeah, right. What, do you want to beat out God?
Yeah.
You're supposed to praise God.
Yeah. That's the
Not
kind of thing
beat
that
him-
pisses that guy off.
Not beat him in contests that I make up.
He's very invested.
Like, thou shalt not take God's name in vain.
Stupid. All
What's
right,
more vain than that?
So Green Arrow, he's just watching his Native Americans, and they're doing like a rain dance for the white man and everything like
Right.
that.
He wants
It's all
to
kind of
join
something.
in, but he realizes how that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I can't do it. Irishman? No, I can't do it. Is he Irish? I always assumed he was Irish.
Like, so I realized that Green Arrow is wearing like a vest over his coat, but for a second there, I thought he was wearing a black turtleneck with those Carhartt bib overalls.
Oh wow! Well,
I
you
see
can't.
it.
Yeah, you don't want to wear Carhartt though. It's canceled.
Wow, what happened with Carhartt?
They're too woke. They're too woke.
What do you mean? I use their products.
No, they were like, I don't know. They didn't say something terrible about trans people, and so a bunch of right-wing dickheads got really mad at them.
I imagined in my head the Bud Light, like a spokesperson now doing Carhartt.
Who wasn't even a spokesperson. They
You
sent
know?
that person one fucking like case that they made with their
I don't know the
face on
name.
it.
I don't know the name, but like,
Tyler something.
I hope Tyler
I
becomes.
thought it was like
the-
Dylan something.
I hope
Dylan.
Dylan becomes the spokesperson for Carhartt.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just have an all-out culture war and everybody pick a side. Two sides, only two sides.
Right, you better be on the pro-trans Carhartt side.
The pro-trans Carhartt / Dark Side's couch side.
Come on now,
Yeah.
the side that praises God, even though God's number one on the list of what is wrong with you.
It's very confusing. It's a very confusing system.
God sent a ghost to impregnate a child.
Yeah, God knows best. God knows what's up.
What a crazy decision. What
It's
is wrong with you?
It is a good book, though. It's a very good book. You should read that Bible. Some crazy
Come on
stuff
now.
happening in there.
What are you
Crazy
doing,
stuff.
God?
If anybody wants to send us the Bible as a request, we'll definitely read that. That was great.
You think when David Bowie died and went to heaven and gets judged by God, he goes, listen, I'm really sorry about that child I had sex with. And God goes, oh, bro, let me tell you a
Let me tell you,
story.
I got some things to tell you.
Let me tell you what I did.
Dude, I don't even mark that down on your file.
Because I not only, but I got her pregnant, and you should hear what happened to the kid.
It did not go out. It did not go well for him.
Bro, the government nailed him to a tree.
All right. Here we go. We successfully killed enough time. So Green Arrow calls Black Canary, who works at a flower shop in the day. Good for her. Got a
Okay.
nice side hustle going. And explains the situation. And apparently there's been a land development deal on this Native American reservation. And some white people want to come in. They want to build a reservation. And everybody was on board except for one guy. And that one Native American, got like a batch of funeral flowers sent to him. And then he was found dead.
No,
right.
the
How do
white
you-
guy was found dead after being sent.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yes,
sorry. The white guy
land-
was
the
yes.
land purchaser.
The land
man.
developer.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know it's Black Canary?
Because it's Dinah. Dinah didn't originally have blonde hair.
Where
she wore a
does it
wig.
say Dinah?
Well,
Dinah owned a flower shop and was dating Green Arrow and had short black hair.
Oh, all right.
This is a
And
post-crisis.
She was 45.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah,
she's
and that
a
one. Well, she looks like
grown woman.
Ripley.
Actually,
knows
you
what
know
she
what?
wants.
He looks 45 too.
Yeah, they're probably about the same.
Yeah, he can be in his 40s, right?
They've had a lot of adventures together. Yeah, for sure.
Why not?
Or maybe it's like back in, the 80s when all the people looked 40 when they were 20.
It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy how old people used to look.
I know, right?
God.
17-year-olds look like 30-year-old men.
I look like a 17-year-old from the 80s now.
Yeah, you do.
Like, when I go to a concert, I don't feel like when I was 17, I would think a 40-year-old at the concert looks like a fucking asshole. Now I just
Me.
look like the 17-year-olds.
James imagined me.
No, I can show up to the concert, I can have myself a good time, and I don't get hassled by youths.
James and Shée may look more youthful than they are. I am age appropriate as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either.
No, I look like a man.
Yeah, lean into it.
I get bank loans.
I'm going to look like a man someday.
Yeah, yep.
Great. Can't wait.
Yeah, when you're dead,
Get those big muscles.
as a man should be. What are you, alive?
You're not a real man until you're dead.
Are you alive, you pussy?
You pussy, what are you doing, living?
You're supposed to be in the warm embrace of God. Child impregnator.
And hater of Darkseid's Couch.
Right? But
Even though I
who
think I said he
also-
was a fan a minute ago. I'm not sure
also
anymore.
chooses, our wheel comics. Who may also be Merlin.
Might be Merlin. He might be Merlin. Yeah. No, we got
Merlin
something
sent
coming up
Billy
for
Ray
Merlin.
Cyrus back in time.
For some weird reason. Sent him back in time to fight a dragon that he knew didn't actually exist.
Yeah, because he was there, or
Why
he will
did
be
what
there.
did he want him to do?
Because Merlin lives his life backwards.
What was he trying to get Billy Ray to do?
That's why Merlin chooses the comics, because he already knows what the wheel's gonna say.
Yeah.
Because he's living his life backwards.
Yeah. He's got a good one picked next time, I think. I'm very excited about what he's got coming up.
Let's continue with the story.
Let's continue with this story, yes. And so Green Arrow is like, well, whoever sent that funeral arrangement to the dude, they sent it from this Moon Blossom floral space, which happens to be in the town I'm in. So I'm going to go talk to this lady. See
I
what's going on.
imagined it would say Moon Blossom Floral plus Head Shop.
Yes, you know what? They know how to turn a profit. Well, you
It's
gonna
like
bust
every-
them?
Like
Let
in
'em do it.
Plano and in Joliet, Illinois, there when I was a teenager, there was a hippie clothing store, but it was also a head shop.
There was one of those in Geneva. Wild Roots.
All right, well, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was like Groovy Times or something,
Yeah, that seems about right. Groovy times.
something like that. We would go there and buy our hitter boxes after our parents would confiscate them.
So anyway, I could have sworn we just resolved to get back to the comic here.
Yep, and here we see Green Arrow eating something like a mad dog.
What the hell is he eating? What is this?
It looks like he's eating a candy bar but didn't take the wrapper off.
It
It
does. I
does.
did think that, but it doesn't look like how it looked in the previous panel. So I'm like, what, is this the same thing?
It
I
looks
don't know
like
what
he's eating a man's tongue,
Yes, or a cow tongue,
right? He just ripped it out of its mouth.
a tongue sandwich. Yeah.
What if like those two guys caught him making out with a cow, and to prove that, and to make it seem like he wasn't making out with the cow, bit its tongue off?
Anybody ever eaten cow tongue?
I
I've never had a cow. Is it good?
Nah,
Seems like it'd
yeah.
be really gross.
Fine.
Very rubbery.
I've eaten a lot of really fucked up things.
So anyway, Green Arrow notes that, okay, the one guy who voted against this land development deal, Angus Running Deer, he has a hot-headed son who's in town. So maybe that's the guy that sent this funeral thing. So I'm going to go investigate into this,
And why are everyone involved in this? I'm guessing the butcher probably grew up here and he wants to help the town.
He's got Native American issues with this. Yeah, I mean, he's a Native American superhero type person,
I would imagine just story-wise, it would help move the story along if he had some emotional attachment to the people.
I hope he does.
Right?
I hope it works out
never
well
know.
for him.
This is issue 4.
Yep, but we're not going to find out what happens afterwards. So yeah, Green Arrow goes in and she talks to this woman who looks insane.
Yeah, she has a teardrop tattoo.
Yeah,
That
she
means
has.
she killed a guy in prison.
Yeah, she was a blood.
Right? And she never skips shoulder day.
They really went overboard with making the Native Americans literally red.
She's got that nice line where it separates your shoulder and your tricep muscle.
No, she's a very in shape woman. I just think they colored these people ridiculously.
When Green Arrow first walks into the head shop / floral shop, it looks like she's looking up and down at the same time.
Yes, she's got sunken eyes. She explains that the person who ordered this funeral wreath, he was a white guy, but all white people look alike to me, so I don't know who it was. That's all I can tell you. Tall white
Green
guy.
Arrow laughed and goes, "Yeah, we do.
We sure fucking do." And then he curls
That's
up
why
his
I grew
mustache.
this crazy beard. So
There's
I would
no
look
sensible reason to wear this.
somewhat differently.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird though, because like most white people have different colored hair.
I mean, well, they have one of 3 colors of hair, basically, 4-ish.
But that's a good way to tell people apart.
It's a good way to put them into slightly less gargantuan chunks, but, you know.
To be fair, though, like all humans in general look the same. Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
we all
all
got eyes and mouths.
Right. All sentient creatures look the same to me. Is that weird?
All mammals look alike to me.
Yeah, has that got a problem?
I'm just blind. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I got face blindness, like Brad Pitt.
You know, James, if you told me you had face blindness, I'd be like, yeah.
Brad Pitt has face blindness?
I think it's Brad Pitt. Is
He
it Brad
just
Pitt?
says that so he doesn't have to pretend to remember anybody.
That's a good work. But he
Right?
does claim that he has face blindness. Yeah, that's a good work though.
Whenever ex-girlfriends hit me up after years, I tell them that I got a concussion and I don't remember them.
Oh, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Uh-huh.
The other, I guess like the other thing that people are saying is they have time blindness, and that's why they're late to places. And
That's
that
a good
they're-
one. That's
a
a good lie.
one. Yeah, that's a good lie, and that their workplaces should accommodate the fact that they are time blind. You know,
The
It's a
head injury
disability.
thing works well because I work in an industry where I can get bonked in the head pretty easily.
It happens all the time. High five.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen it. It happens a lot. It
People
happens
get
too
cracked
often.
in the dome. I could just be like, yeah, I got cracked in the dome years ago. Sorry, I don't remember why you hate me.
Yeah, I'm like Memento. I can only make short-term memories.
So in
Constantly
short, no,
refreshing.
I don't think I owe you an apology.
If anything, you owe me an apology for insulting me just now.
Right, for wasting my time, stranger.
Yeah.
Well, this woman
Good
owes her
day.
husband an apology because
right,
she was the one who sent the wreath, and she accidentally essentially pointed fingers at him for murdering the white guy on accident.
Right. Yeah.
Let me say accident one more time. It was an accident.
Shée forcing the story along there.
So, like, this is the son of the vocal,
The person who opposed the land development deal.
Right.
Yeah.
and so his wife decided to scare the landowner a little bit by sending a funeral wreath to
Yeah.
stop him from making the purchase. But then he died the next day, making her look guilty.
Yes, and he tries to smoke a cigarette, but it's clear he's never done it before, so he just kind of puts it against his teeth.
And he dipped it in pee first.
He's into that.
Because that's how you smoke a cigarette when you're a man.
You dip it in pee and then you die. Those are the things. The 2 things you can do as a man. 3 things: you can get in a fight, you can dip your cigarette in pee, and you can die.
Yep, and they both dip their cigarettes in
You can
pee.
never have sex.
And when you smoke that cigarette, you can't tell faces apart.
Yeah, it gives you face blindness. Yeah. So yeah, it turns out that the woman she sent the funeral wreath because I guess she was just trying to scare the guy off. But then when the guy got killed, the son is like, well, now everybody's just gonna assume it was dad because that's really fucking logical. So
But the guy was found garroted with a rubber hose filled with razor blades, and he was scalped. So
That is
he died gruesomely.
Yeah, that is
metal.
fucked.
That's a metal way to go. So yeah, now he's dead, and we see that this guy, the young man, is he has a big issue with the fact that the town basically turns into as he says it, a place where white people can come and see a tame Native American, a tame Indian. It's pretty good.
Based.
Yeah, he calls it a zoo. He straight up says.
Based.
Yeah, good for him. No, he's standing up for himself. I like it.
Based rage.
Based rage. Again, not crazy about this coloring.
Before,
Not crazy about
before
this.
that part, though, they get into a shouting match, and here and just like dealing with everyone's girlfriend, she did something wrong and then cries and makes it seem like it's your fault for making her upset.
Oh, and now he feels really bad, and he has to apologize even though he didn't do anything.
He's based and sticks to his guns and not
Wow.
only blames her, but all the people in the town.
It's the 4th thing that a man can do is blame
See,
everyone
I
else.
like this guy a lot. Like, he's making his rage everybody's problem.
In fairness, this guy didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong.
Like all based men. crying wives.
With all those basemen.
You need to listen to Alex Jones.
There's another one.
Oh,
Another
that's
bass man
getting some
for ya.
foot traffic.
Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of good feedback about that clip. People want to hear it more.
Yeah. R.I.P. Johnny Hardwick.
Yeah, R.I.P. Dale Gribble.
Shame. They better fucking not make that show now.
At this point, it's probably best to just
do
not
not like you. Okay, like you can't. Luann's gone. That was pretty bad. Like that was that was hard
and
to
Lucky,
bring that
speaking
one
of
back.
speaking of Tom Petty, and Lucky's gone too.
Tom Petty was a later character though.
Still, yeah, but still, I could live with both of those. But yeah, now
but Gribble, you're done. That show's over. Don't make it.
You can do it, but I don't know. I mean,
that better be some good ass AI.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the vocal recordings you probably already have,
you better that's the only way out. You know what? Just don't do it.
Well, he already recorded a couple episodes, so what do they do?
Well, it better be about how Bobby's trans now, and Peggy's super supportive.
Yes,
and Hank's learning to deal with it.
He's getting along with it.
That's the only way I'll accept King of the Hill revival.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would like that. So, all right, then we get into. Let's see what do I have that on me anymore? Let's see.
Man.
I don't. Yeah, I still got that somewhere.
Yep, Bobby just gave Hank her new name.
Yes, he's Stella. He's Stella now. Stella Hill.
Bobby with an Dad.
All right. So now we get into, I think, the final sequence of the book here. And there's like a hoedown going on. There's a Cajun hoedown with what appear to be a bunch of white people playing banjo music. So I don't know why they're at the Native American Festival, but okay.
Because, I don't know, they were booked.
Yeah. They'll take any gig they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are touring professionals.
And so the young man who yells at his wife because he's cool.
Mother.
He finds a machine gun.
Yeah,
From
he's
the
got
guy
some...
who actually is in the IRA.
Right. So he's got some machine guns, and they've also got a dude with a mohawk that is just comical. He looks like Omac.
Yeah, Omac is in this comic too. He's one of the brave and the bold.
Dude, the
Because
Omac.
he supplies weapons to angry men.
Omac is fucking badass. Cloud-based superhero. Love Omac. So yeah, apparently maybe this guy is going to do something wrong because he is armed and he does look like he's going to kill some white people.
Well, I mean, he's right to be angry.
He's right
Shit
to be
is
angry.
Stupid.
I don't know that he's right to murder people that get in his father's way. But, whatever. Now we see that his father is kind of hosting this whole event. And he is going to put on the big song and dance about how we're here to have a powwow and get together and brotherhood and community. But this drunken white lout is going to ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, he's Stan Marsh grown up.
Oh, you know what? This is pre-South Park, but yeah. He's wearing Stan Marsh's hat and everything.
Yeah, he's dressed like him. He said he's got a big bushy mustache.
Yeah, but Stan Marsh is he has dark hair.
So. I want to thank you all for coming to the powwow. Did you all have a chance to play Squeeze Your Goblin?
Get a couple of rounds in to squeeze the goblin.
Who shot the furthest jizz? Here we're gonna have a ribbon.
So this drunken lout guy keeps interrupting the speech.
Now, is that the IRA guy?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He might be. He does seem conspicuous. He does seem like there's something up with him.
And he is drunk.
He is a drunken man, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would usually mean he's Irish.
Well, I mean, the giant red hair kind of confirms that as well.
That's why I shaved mine off so nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. It's the only giveaway. And so he grabs a young squaw's hand. And then he grabs her. He sexually harasses this woman. Grabs her buttocks.
He grabs her butt in a serious way.
In her sweet, sweet can. Yeah.
Look at the tension of his hands.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like spreading her cheeks.
You can see this on. You can see this on the YouTube.
He's holding on to her ass for dear life. He is like,
and she's trying to straight up claw his eye out.
And he's like, I'm holding on to this ass.
He's spreading it wide. Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, but luckily a bunch of people start beating him up.
Yeah, a bunch of
Actually, no, he starts kicking people's asses.
So yeah, the father jumps in a little overly dramatically and yells, "Let her go!"
Yeah, and then Irish Stan Marsh kicks his ass.
He does, and then Omac gets involved.
Then Native American Omac beats his ass.
Native American Omac, who also looks like Strong Guy from X-Men.
Hey,
Got those
and then
sky
he's
glasses.
about to fight the 50-year-old Batman in a garbage dump.
I don't even follow what the hell you're talking about there.
This is The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, okay, all right. And so a fight breaks out.
He does
and
kind of. I see it.
yeah,
There we
and
go. I
so
win.
a riot breaks out, and then the dude's son, who is planning some sort of armed insurrection,
Yep,
he takes the
Pace.
stage. He takes the stage, and he tells everybody off, and he says, "Why are we all fighting amongst each other? We should be fighting against the white man. He's not entirely wrong."
Nope.
Yeah.
Take back the land.
So they're all a bunch of NIMBYs. They don't want those project developments in their community. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't want it either. So he militarizes everybody, or at least it seems like he's
should.
going to militarize everybody. And then finally, on the very last page, the Question, the Butcher, and Green Arrow finally meet up together. Finally. And they meet up together, and they're about to head into town to investigate and pool their resources. But then they see they might have a little bit of an issue because the entire Native American community is coming out after them.
All heavily armed. But first, Green Arrow looks at the Question and he goes, "Ah, fuck, that's what you look like?"
Ew!
He goes, "Oh, hey,
Gross.
Butcher, who the fuck is this guy?" He goes, "It's me. I'm the Question." He's like, "Yeah."
God. I didn't think having no face would have been an improvement, but Jesus.
Jeez.
What is up with your nose, dude? This is gross.
He goes, "What's up with your nose? What's up with all of our noses?"
Yeah, what is going on here? What are we
Dude,
doing?
the Butcher, like, he sees that the entire town is militarized, but he's also very sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so am I a little bit.
I mean, he did, like, run down a mountain.
Yeah, that was a lot of cardio. That was more than he looked to do.
He looks
Actually,
like James Woods in that picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
he does.
yeah, Native American
Butcher is
James
played
Woods.
by James Woods,
Which-
famous Native American. Let's look up
yes.
if James Woods has any
I
Native
doubt
American
it.
heritage.
James
Let's find
Woods.
Out. Let's close the
James
show up
Woods.
with this.
no, we got plenty more to do. Native American, I don't think he would be happy with that comparison.
Why not? He probably
Because
loves
he's a
Native
crazy,
Americans.
Trumpy, right-wing psychopath.
Say, Native American actor James Woods. There we go.
No, he's Canadian.
They
so
have
by
lots of
definition,
Native Americans
By
in
definition,
Canada.
he can't be Native American if he's Canadian.
Yes, he
No,
can.
that's a
their-
different James Woods.
Oh,
That
that's
person
James
was born in
Andre Woods. Yeah,
1979.
that's somebody else.
Yeah, James Woods, famous Canadian Native American.
Dude, he doesn't look Native American in the slightest.
Doesn't matter. He could have like 1%.
Well, maybe we all have 1%.
I don't.
You don't know that. Have you had
Yes, I do.
a thing done?
No, but
He-
like all my ancestors like came to this country like 40 years ago.
He served as an executive producer on Oppenheimer?
And he's the chief of a local Native American tribe.
That is not true. But James Woods hates science. Why would he want to do? Why would he want anything to do with
He
Oppenheimer?
loves America more than he hates science.
Well, you know what though? Here's the thing, Shée. Let me tell you a little something about how Hollywood works for us. Something us movie stars know about is executive producer. That can be like anything. That doesn't mean you necessarily. It could mean you had a conversation at one point with somebody involved with the studio, and then you never talk to them again. Like it's executive producer credit could mean something, but it could mean
wait a second,
absolutely nothing.
I thought executive producer meant that you spent you invested the most money in the project. You produced it.
It can be, but executive producer is one of those titles that you just ask for, and you just say, "Can I just list me as an executive producer?" And maybe it's justified, maybe it's a favor somebody's giving. It could be fucking anything, but it's such a weird like non-title. It could mean something that you were very heavily involved. It could mean you had zero involvement whatsoever. It's weird.
Shée, were you an executive producer when you
can we
were
get you
the
a-
background
An
exerciser?
EP credit
no.
on the movie about the killer grout or whatever it is.
I was once also a paid hand model.
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah, she did.
All right.
Put her hands out there for something.
So some CD somewhere has
Some
my
hand
hands
video.
all over it.
Yeah, some
You should do an OnlyFans with them.
hand videos. No, I've been saying she should do the feet videos.
No, you could do the hand videos and you can like squish stuff with your hands.
People like that.
Like stick your hands in some like
People are into it.
like thawing ice cream and squish them.
Oh, that'd be. I'd enjoy doing that. I'd do it for free.
All right, Shea, or some sand. You know, you go to the beach where the water will like all you see is your hands, right, in the sand, and like the water will go up over the beach and your hands in, and you start squishing the sand.
I mean, it feels good.
Yeah, we want to do
feels
that.
good, yeah.
I'll help you film it.
Let's do that.
Let's make
Sounds-
some money with your famous hands.
Get some money
Alrighty.
rolling in here. Keep the
We'll,
lights
like-
on. Come on.
We'll watch you like mushing up some hamburger. You know.
Ew.
Okay. So guys, final thoughts. What do we think? How was this?
I like the art of this book because it was jarring and very pointy. Also,
Very 90s.
it's like it was made of something that was not supposed to get wet, and then it got wet, and everything kind of like started getting elongated.
Right. Wow, that is a very vivid description of the artwork. Shée, what'd you think of the artwork? What'd you think of Mike's description of the artwork?
I liked both.
Seriously?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
You're
kind
still
of like
on
an
the list,
asshole now.
though.
Yeah, look, it's not a great book. It's a solid enough story. I do like that it's kind of topical and it's kind of relevant. It's got good characters that we don't really ever get to spend any time with. It's got mysterious foodstuffs, so it's all right.
If they didn't tell us that the Butcher, the Question, and Green Arrow in this book, I
Would not have
never
known it was
know.
them. Yeah,
No,
and that's
never,
kind of
ever. Well,
that's
no,
my,
when he-
yeah.
Because of the facial hair and him going towards the bow, I would have put two and
Yeah.
two together with
I
Green
wouldn't have.
Arrow, but
Yeah.
that's it.
No,
But
that's
I'm kind of an idiot.
Well, you don't still know the character. If this were an X-Men book, I would be looking at you like, please help.
I'll help you, Shée.
Thank you, Mike.
that's the main story against it. So I don't know, just 3 out of 5 unidentifiable snacks. Ooh.
You know, I could have done these noises live for you.
Sounds
With
delicious.
your hands.
Yeah.
I just like snacks.
Yeah, Shay's usually snacking. I usually need to edit it out. And sneezing.
Yeah, I do snack and sneeze.
Yeah,
You're a
snack
snack
and sneeze.
sneezer.
Yep,
I've
yep.
heard about you.
I'm allergic to lots.
Keeping it on the bad side of the list, yeah. All right.
You're allergic to lots because God knows you're competing with him for the #1 slot on what is
Yeah.
wrong with you list, so he's
The
giving
worst.
you reasons to be killed.
Yeah.
He is a chaotic negative, or where the fuck that is on the.
And that's why God is based.
Yeah. He is pretty based. He will smite people and not even give you a reason.
Dude, he dropped a meteor from space to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because he didn't agree with their political views.
Didn't like how they were fucking. They weren't fucking in a godly way.
Y'all fucking in the wrong way. You put my G spot there, God. Don't bring that up.
Stupid. All right. I want to talk
Not
about.
supposed to know that.
Thank you again, KBEL reporter at Jeru420 for that.
Big winner of an episode.
We made it. We made it work. Hey, we had a great time. Not really talking about
liked
the
it.
book very much, but we had a great time. No. I honestly think. Look, I think this is the weakest Mike Barron thing we've looked at, or Mike Grohl thing we've looked at. But if I were to read the whole 6 issues, I might really enjoy it. But this is clearly. This is a setting things up issue, and so by itself, it's not a great issue. But I
We
could
should have
definitely
did the one where the Native American tribe kills Green Arrow, Question, and Butcher with their guns.
Yes,
And then
did.
they take over America.
After I first read this book, I did have a moment of thinking, "Oh shit, did I write down the wrong book?" And I had to go and check that this was in fact the correct book, and it was.
All right.
But still good. Whatever. I still enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I think this was a troll. This was a troll pick.
Hey man, that's okay. That's okay too.
Troll picks are totally
I'll
welcome.
take it. Yeah,
Because
for
I would
sure.
do that.
Yes.
In fact, I pick a lot of the comics on the wheel, and they are.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the wheel, let's talk about what's happening next time.
All right.
By the way, we keep getting banned in Russia over songs we use on YouTube. They keep having weird copyright claims that only apply to Russia, and we just let it be because it's fucking Russia. Who cares?
Who cares?
It happened again with Restless Heart last episode. So fuck Russia, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Who'd have thought they owned that?
Yeah, it's such a weird. How? I don't understand why that matters.
Maybe Putin.
You can't use the word restless in Russia.
Yeah.
Not because you're
Well-
supposed to be working.
Yeah.
No, I think the other song was a George Michael song.
Right.
Because
Really?
he's gay.
Because he's gay and they're banned in
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that James Woods would love.
Native American chieftain James Woods.
And Russian sympathizer. Yeah, James Woods. So here's the deal. We're stepping away from the Super Wheel just once. The Super Wheel will return next time. Here's the thing. Here's the kind of thing that keeps me up at night, keeps old James up at night. I was looking through the archives of the show, and I realized that over the course of the show, we've done comics that start with every letter of the alphabet all the way up to and excluding Y and Z. Those are only 2 we haven't done.
Strange that the last 2 were the ones that.
It will not
excluded.
stand. It will not stand. Well, honestly, if you think about it, there aren't a ton of Y and Z comics, so it's
That's untrue. I found so many when you brought this
no.
up.
There aren't that many. There are. there are multiple issues of certain comics, but compared to every other letter, thank God for Quantum Leap, by the way. Quantum Leap and Quasar for bailing us out, because there ain't much cues.
James told me he wanted to do this, and I found 35 picks.
Not you
that
found
that I narrowed down because I picked ones I actually wanted to do.
Yeah, well, there are. It's not that they don't exist; it's that they don't fit or they're not good options or whatever. And by the way, you pick some shit options. I don't want to look at a lot of these.
My
I'm
options
really
are
upset.
so good.
So here's what we're gonna do. We've found a bunch of Y and Z books. We've made a special Y and Z book, Y and Z wheel. We're gonna spin it. And we're going to do either a Y or a Z book next time. And then we're going to put the losing letters entries onto the super wheel, which we have pruned a little to make room, although we're not taking off any requests. So keep the requests coming. We're still adding to the wheel. It's not going anywhere. Is that confusing enough for anyone? Does anyone understand what the hell is going on at this point?
I may have cut out some of the 1940s ones that are like 6,000 pages long.
Yeah, those are
And
a little
racist?
Actually, you know what, Shea? No.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. One of the reasons I wanted to do this is because for Z is Zip Comics, starring a guy named Sterling Steele, who goes by the Man of Steel, which apparently he's allowed to do. I don't know why that's legally allowed, but he calls himself the Man of Steel. And they looked really cool on the covers. He had a bunch of issues. He fights all kinds of weird monsters and crazy monster Nazis that are like lizard Nazis on fire. It was awesome. I was really into it. And then I started digging a little more, and a lot of them are super racist. So I found a couple that I think we can get away with. And I'm telling you, if Zip Comics doesn't come up, I'm putting those motherfuckers on the regular wheel.
You can put whatever you want on the regular wheel,
yeah,
James.
but I don't want to.
It doesn't matter.
Load it up.
Anyone, all the three of us, in fact, and listeners, can put whatever they want on the wheel.
Well, let's not say whatever we want. Let's say there are some certain stipulations. You know what not to send us. But yes, more requests. I don't want the requests to be too lopsided against, versus what we have. I want a lot of requests to come in. I want it to be 50-50 ideally between our things we put on the wheel and requests that got put on the wheel. So send them in. Send them in. So here's the wheel. And you'll notice I actually put images.
Oh, hey, it looks nice. Look how nice that wheel is.
Yeah, can't do it with a super wheel. It's too many items.
All right, so James wants Zip Comics because apparently it's super racist, and that's
no. Zip Comics. I also put on some issues of Young Love that looked really good too.
Shea, what do you want? What are you looking at here?
Looking at these titles, I mean, Your Vote is Vital. Looks.
Your Vote is Vital is like a voting related comic, which is funny, but I don't think there's gonna be enough material in there. So
James, I looked through it. This is gonna have tons of material.
Shea, what else?
I want Your Vote is Vital or a Zero Tolerance because that looked insane.
Oh God.
I also see Zatanna #1 on here.
Yeah,
Zatanna. Hey, weird we never did that, right?
Yeah, Zatanna. Let's see, the Young All-Stars. I don't know that book. A Youngblood issue. Please, God, don't let that come up. Zen the Intergalactic Ninja. Please, God, no. I don't want that at all. So
what's wrong with
see.
Zen the Intergalactic Ninja?
It just
what's wrong with Youngblood?
Yeah,
what's wrong with Youngblood?
More 90s image books? Is that really what you want?
Why are you sticking your nose up at it?
I thought we just agreed not to hate stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that is true. Well, Mike,
James, what's wrong with you?
You've come down on Image Comics before because you were looking at tons of books of like these generic 90s teen books, and you realized, do I really want to do any of these because they're all the same, and they fucking are.
This one in particular I picked because I thought it was funny looking.
All right. So as usual, what do you want, Shea? You want Zatanna, I guess, right?
I do like Zatanna.
Okay. I want Your Vote is Vital.
So as always, we got to listen to some spinning music. And speaking of loving Russia so much, here's Wheels Rolling by Super Patriot and not at all problematic country music megastar Jason Aldean.
All right.
Yeah, very nice.
I love country music.
Yeah, I bet. Well, what about this? Do you like this?
Nope.
Honestly, I mainly picked this song because I wanted an excuse to bring up this great photo again. This is old, but it's worth remembering a couple times a year. So Jason Aldean and his wife, they have a history of saying kind of fucked up Trumpy things on the internet. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going great for them. And so in January, I believe, here's a picture of Trump kissing his wife and looking down her dress right in front of him.
Base
I got the
Trump.
picture. I've got this. Here we go. Look at this picture. Great picture. I'm going to put this on the
Nice,
YouTube as
Trump.
well. If you
Get
haven't
it.
seen this before, you can look at it on the YouTube. Trump, kissing his wife in front of him, looking down her dress while Jason Aldean looks on very cuckily.
When Trump kissed her on the forehead, that was the first time she ever had an orgasm.
Yes.
Look at the guy behind him. Is that like the
There's
maitre
a waiter or a Secret Service who's very uncomfortable about this whole thing.
He's like going behind Trump and he says like, "Sir, your chocolate milk mixed with ketchup is ready."
It's his favorite thing. When this picture came out, it was because she posted it to Instagram with the caption, "A fairy tale ending to 2022, heart emoji."
You think
So-
when he pulled his mouth away, there was like that huge line of spit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of slobber.
You think it like slided down her face afterwards, and then that country guy just licked it up?
They massaged it in.
You
yeah.
think they used it as lube for
That's
sex
their
later?
lube. That's what I was going to say. Their water-based lube, yeah.
But you know what? She still didn't come as hard as she did when Donald Trump kissed her in the forehead.
He's a terrific lover. All
Look
right.
at that white lady on the left, like looking at him do that, and she is so
Yeah,
happy to be there.
she's hoping
see
she's
it.
next. Yeah, for sure. All right, we got to get off
She's a
this picture.
slut for Trump.
Well, that is not uncommon. All right, we can definitely spin to Jason Aldean, wheels rolling. Let's see what's happening next time.
Come
Where's
on,
the wheel?
your vote is vital.
Do not fuck me on this.
I'm gonna put that in the wheel if it doesn't win.
Do not fuck me on this. Oh! Oh!
Hey!
All right.
I'm the winner.
All right.
It's
So-
me.
So Shée, slow and steady wins the race, and Shée wins with Zatanna number 1.
All right, I
let's
can
see.
live with this.
I can live with it. A
What is your
compromise
problem
is
with
when-
Zen the Intergalactic Ninja? What's wrong with it?
I don't know anything about it, but it always seemed like a dumb franchise to me.
Look at my hilarious. It says Zen alien abducts a loser kid. Yep, that's what happens.
I think we've covered all I care about. This is the description. It says Zatanna is an easy Z pick. So let's look at the cover. We're going to learn about Zatanna.
is.
Another DC book. Jesus Christ.
I know, I guess God.
It's
I picked
what-
this because of the cover.
That's what Merlin says. I'm putting Zip Comics on the Super Wheel, though. I don't give a shit.
Well, I'm putting your vote is vital on the wheel.
All right,
How you
I will
them
accept.
apples?
I will accept your vote as vital. I think we should do more romance comics as well. Honestly.
All right, they're all going on the wheel. All
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, great! Another 4-issue DC miniseries from the '90s.
Great, but it's number 1 now, so
Yeah, it's number
we're
1.
not
So
fucked.
maybe something will make sense. By Lee Mars and Esteban Moroto.
That's great that animal was able to write the comic.
Yes.
That lemur.
Yes. Lemar. Yeah, very good. I like that a lot. That's
Now, where's my kazoo sound?
There you go. I got it. So yeah, on this, Zatanna is embracing a demon monster fire creature, and it looks like her father Zatara is kind of enjoying the whole thing,
He's
watching on from the
watching.
distance.
He's watching this live hentai.
Nice. I like it. Pretty good. Okay. I can't say I do like Zatanna a lot. I can't say I'm incredibly excited about this, but hey, we'll have a good time. It's called Come Together is the name of this miniseries, apparently.
All
Come
right.
together,
Jokes.
Yeah, this cover is a little
I'm gonna replace her face with Riley Reid.
favorite pastime of the internet is replacing faces with Riley Reid.
I've made so many of those memes. I have to say, I've made like hundreds of memes at this point. I've probably made the most about Riley Reid.
She's great. She's on the good list.
You ever hear her rap song where she drops a shit ton of N-bombs?
No.
We should play that.
But James
No.
just
quick.
said she's on the good list.
No, and in fairness, she does seem, from what I've seen of her conversations with her, she does seem like an awful human being,
I
actually.
mean, she
does not
clearly
seem-
likes black people.
That has nothing to do with my decision one way or the other to say that she's a bad person. That it does not factor in.
American hero Riley Reid.
Yes.
Native
Shée-
American chieftain Riley
Yes.
Reid.
Shée, why don't
Let's
you,
look up and see if Riley
Nope.
Reid is a Native American.
All right, we're going to see if Riley Reid is a Native American really quickly.
Really quickly.
Riley Reid, how do you even spell it?
That's
Yeah, there you go.
close. Like, you don't know.
heritage.
Fuck you. You could spell that backwards.
Irish, Puerto
Irish?
Rican, and Dominican.
Hmm.
No, that's not what that is at all.
They have Native Americans in those places.
She's 22. And so the memes you've been making was when she was probably 18.
There's no way she's 22 years old. She's
No,
got to be like
she's
40 by
30
now.
32.
Oh yeah, that
91.
would be 32. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she has been around for a while. Well, you know.
There you go. Good for her.
Yeah,
Future
good.
President Riley Reid.
I mean, at this
Oh,
point,
wait,
who
no,
cares?
no. Underneath on famous birthdays, it says she was born in Miami and is of Cherokee, Chickasaw, Dominican,
really?
Dutch, German, and Puerto Rican.
Okay, that sounds like as much as anybody is Native American.
That still counts, though.
Yeah, I think we all count then.
That's actually really funny. It turns out that's how we're ending our show.
Yeah.
Our Native American centric episode. We learned that Riley Reid is a Native American.
We love Native Americans and truck drivers. Mm-hmm. Those are the two things
And
we
logs.
mostly love. And logs and requests and donations and
Arrows.
spinning songs and arrows. And the first season of
you.
Arrow.
And the letter Z.
Yes. So we're going to knock out Z. So I guess
Yep.
then we'll
So
put the
now-
Ys.
Because of that, we'll never do a Y book ever.
No, the Ys have to go on. Young
Ys
Love
are
is
now
gonna go on.
banned.
No, we're doing Ys. It would be a wise move if you ask me.
We should ban Y comics for a whole year and then do all Y comics for January.
Why would I do that? I kind of like that idea, but I kind of don't. I just want to do those Young Love comics, and I want to do Zip comics.
I figured you guys would want to do Young Justice. I put that on there. I thought
don't
you guys would be
know.
all about that.
I don't know. Impulse and Tim Drake. I like the characters, but I don't know. More 90s DC I don't need right now. I could use a 90s DC break, but apparently we're not getting that because
Nope,
we're talking about
doing
Zatanna.
Zatanna.
Well, you
Zatanna.
shouldn't take a break either, and you should listen to us
Yep.
on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other podcast app. You can also subscribe to our RSS feed and follow us on darksidescouch.com and follow us on all the social media shit at Darksides Couch.
All of them. On
All of
Rumble?
them.
On Rumble? We're not on Rumble, but maybe.
Not yet, but we
No,
should.
but look for us on Grindr and Bumble.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should have a dating profile.
Shay's hand OnlyFans.
Yeah, look for
Only
us on-
hands.
I was about to
IMDb.
say that, Mike. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stopped you from making the joke.
Follow us on IMDb. Sure, why not?
And follow Shée in her future films,
Yes.
all involving her hands
It really is.
squishing meat.
Gonna start getting her acting career off the ground finally. Yeah.
And follow us on YouTube.
Please, I'm putting a lot of work into there. I'm trying to
Yes.
put in
And they're great.
timestamps. I'm really trying to make it
trying
fun.
to make YouTube great.
Trying to make it happen. We're making YouTube great again. Sure. It has-
Famous Native American YouTube.
all right. That's somehow the dumbest comment in the whole episode. So that means we're done. Anybody got any final comments for a guy here?
I can't believe Riley Reid is actually Native American. I feel like that was silly beyond belief.
I could definitely believe she's got a little Native American in her. Yeah.
Everyone try to not be someone who has something seriously wrong with them.
Yeah. Shée?
Yeah, be a good person, I guess, too.
What is
And
wrong
good
with
job,
you?
Riley Reid. I don't know.
Yes, well done, Riley Reid. Lots of cum.
Ta-ta for now, Christian Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time. Ouch.
We know we're under attack! We know it! We're breaking the conditioning! Ah!
Oh, it's you, Question. Don't do that.
We're coming for you, globalist! Ah, coming for you! Coming for you! We know what you're doing!
Look, Question, I'd love to hear more of your weird criminal theories on how moral truths exist independently of human knowledge or whatever.
Unlock your human potential! Defeat the globalists who want to shutter your mind! Your doorways to perception! I want to see you truly live! I want to see you truly be who you are! Break your conditioning! Be a human!
You always read way more into things than are actually there.
Oh, it makes me sick, and I'm gonna have to watch them when they blow up some federal buildings, prance around the very murderers as my savior, and all the cowards out there begging the government to give them proctology exams on the side of the highway. I mean, I'm not joking, folks.
Dang it. I hate it when your weird theories are right.
It's 100% it happened. We were right again.